Okay, so let's get started with some programming basics, guys. So let me reiterate. Here, I will be giving you just a high level view of programming basics, such as variables, loops, arrays, etc. I'm not going to dig too deep into these aspects, and also, I will not be explaining you too many programs. I just want to keep these things very simple. And in this section, you can expect a quick view of these things. This should be a short and quick session that covers those basics. Okay. The main focus will be on object oriented programming and other Java language features. So, this course assumes that you are already familiar with some programming basics. Okay. But having said that, let's have some quick look at what are those basics are. Okay. And we have a lot of other stuff to cover. So, I don't want to drain you with too many videos on basics. Okay. So, let's get started. Now here we have a Java course project open in IntelliJ. So I'm going to organize the files in the package structure, and I will be explaining these packages concept in the future. But still, so from the beginning itself, I wanted to organize my code in a proper directory structure. So I'm getting started with packages. So open your Java course project, and you can create a new package. Okay, normal naming conventions for package is first it starts off with a reverse domain name, and com dot tech creek is what the domain that I own. So I just wanted to keep it like that, and I'll say Java course and basics. So this is my general package structure. Okay, and then under basics I'll keep the class files. So when I say new and class file, so let's say for example demo ex1. Okay, now if you look at this program file, the first statement is the package statement, which tells that this particular class belongs to this package. Packages are nothing but it's a kind of a folder structure organization. Okay, you normally tend to do that for your files as well. So you put movies under the movies folder, and ebooks or something that your collection, you put it under books or study, whatever it is, and your program files will go under program files. And within movies also you can actually segregate it, so comic and other stuff, right? So just like how you organize your folders, so Java packages concept also organizes the classes under folders. Okay, so that is the main thought behind it. Now when you look at it, this IDE internally manages a lot of stuff for you. Now because you said there is a package, so if you look at that, src is the folder where the source code is kept as far as IDE is concerned. And if you expand, you can see that it created folders and it kept the Java file in the right folder. So this is important as well. So for packages, they should be kept under the given package specific folder structure. Okay, so that is simple. So now let's come back. So this is your demo ex1. So in order to write main, there are few templates available in IntelliJ IDE. If I say psvm, it is ready to give you the public static void main. So I hit space, control space, and I hit this and select enter, and you got the static main. So you can type it yourself or you can use the templates. Anyway, both are fine. And I can say system.out.println and say hello world. And then you can right click and run to check the output. Okay, so you got the hello world output, and in IntelliJ you can see the generated classes under out folder. So you can see that you have a class file name here. Let me show you that in the Explorer, or in my case it is Finder. Now you can see the generated class file is under the same package structure, but it is under the out folder. So this is something internal to IDE. That's fine. We don't need to worry too much about it. Now let's get started and understand what are the basics of programming. What are the different data types available? So these are the different data types that you have. and at a high level. So I am not digging too deep into what are the different things available. So you have some integral types: byte, short, int, and long. So here it is 4 bytes and long is 8 bytes. Short is half of integer, so it is 2 bytes, and byte 1 byte. Anyway, the name indicates. Now for floating types, it is float and double. So float 4 bytes and a double precision floating point value, which is 8 bytes, and char, and char is 2 bytes, and string is also considered as a type. Let's consider that as a type because it has a lot of primitive operations available, and boolean, which takes true or false. Okay. Now anyway, let's start off and do some very simple example. So I want to calculate the simple interest, which you know that is nothing but PTR by 100, right? So let's do this example. And this is your first example, you can say. Now I want to accept principal amount, tenure, and rate of interest. Now I want to take that data from keyboard. Okay, I want to accept this from user and console. So how can I do that in Java? That is your first point. So first thing, anyway, you need some variables here. So I would consider them as double, simple interest, PTR. Okay. Now these are 3 double values. Now we want to accept the PTR values, right? So I can say enter principal amount, and I want to read the value from the keyboard. And how can I do that? So there is a simple option here. So before that, you can see standard streams. So each Java program will be given 3 different streams. One is standard input stream, which you can access using system.in. So system.in is normally connected to keyboard. Okay. So that is the standard input stream, but that may or may not be the case always. So assume that it is connected to keyboard. Okay. And the system.out is the standard output stream. Now by default, this is connected to monitor, okay, or console, whatever it is. And then this is standard error stream, which is also connected to monitor, but this may or may not be the case, just for say. Okay. This may differ. So in order to read some data, you need to read from this system.in, so standard input stream. So let's see how to use that. So there is a class called scanner. Let's say new scanner. So this is object creation. You need to import this class file. So you can select Alt Enter in Windows and Option Enter in Mac. Now it adds an import, so to the scanner class from which is coming from Java util package. Okay, so this is the scanner class from Java util package. Now this scanner can read data from the given input stream, and here I want to read from keyboard, so I will give system.in. Okay, so we are connecting the scanner object to system.in so that we can start reading some data. So this scanner supports some methods. So you can say next int for reading an integer, and next double for reading a double value, next line for reading one line text. Okay. Now here what I will say, I want to accept the principal amount. So P equal to scan dot next double. Okay. So I read the principal amount, then enter tenure, which is again a double. If you are accepting integer, then use next int, and here next double gives you the double value. Okay, and this is a member function call, and what is actually happening, you can only understand once you are familiar with classes concept. So for now, simply by heart it. Okay, so next double is accepting the double value and gives it back, and next double again tenure, and enter rate r equal to scan dot next double again. Okay, now we got all 3 values. Let's calculate the simple interest. P times T times R by 100. Okay, And to print this value, you need to use system.out.println. So again, you saw that it is system.out. So system.out is actually the standard output stream which is monitor by default. So you see this message in monitor. Println, ln stands for print line. So it all prints the content and takes you to the next line. Okay. So what I can say here, simple interest, and you can say SI. So this is a string content, and you are adding or appending. Plus operation is a concatenation operator which appends the value of variable SI to this string, and the complete concatenated string is printed. It is sent to standard output stream. Okay. So this is what happens. Or else you can also do it in a different way. If you are familiar with printf of C language, then you can say system.out.printf simple interest, and here followed by format specifier. Here percentage LF for float, and then SI. Okay. And in case of printf, you need to append /n if you need, because ln is line feed, and printf doesn't give you a default line feed, so you can use /n instead. Now here it's passed as argument, and here it is a concatenated string, slight variation. Okay, just for your reference. But anyway, if you are not clear, even that, leave it. We will get to know all these things in future lectures. Now let's run this program. Now enter some principal amount, let's say 1,000, and tenure 1 year, and the rate of interest 12, and the simple interest is 120. So got it, and well done. This is your first program. We have a high level overview of what are the different things available. Okay, so that's it. Well done. See you in the next lecture.